Hi, my name's Starla, and today I'm going to be baking something from an old vintage recipe booklet called Rumford Common Sense Cookbook, which will be available for sale on my website, which is Starla's Vintage Recipes. And today we're going to be baking it in a confectionery oven because not everybody has a stove and working oil. This is the recipe, a quick coffee bread, which will also be on the website as an enticement, so you will buy the recipe book. Okay, I lost a little power in my camera there. So we've creamed 1/4 cup of shortening and 1/3 cup of sugar together. Now we need to add 1 well-beaten egg. So there's the egg. And we're going to beat it. We're going to pour that right in there. And we're going to mix this up. It's a little hard to mix it and hold it up there so you can see. Okay. Now, what are we supposed to do? Add the raisins. I got some pecans. And I'm going to bring out the big boy for that. My big knife. See? Big knife. And we got some nuts in there. And let's see, we need a cup of milk. All I've got is 1%. For baking, I prefer to use whole milk. Okay, we got a cup of milk, and we're supposed to have 2.5 cups of flour. Spoon this in here. There's 1. There's 2. 2.5 cups. Two and a half teaspoons of baking powder. There's 1. There's 2. there's 2.5 teaspoons. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And we're supposed to blend all this together. Well, this mixed up really nice. Okay, it's about the end of that. You can see what it looks like. It's not quite a dough, but it's not a cake batter either. And we're supposed to use a well-greased shallow dish pan. And I'm going to grease it with Crisco. I always like using named brand products. I know people say there isn't a difference, but when I'm baking, I'll use organic even. The eggs in here were organic. The milk was organic. I didn't go as far as the organic sugar. Okay, I had some. I don't know why I didn't, but I just didn't. Now, this is well greased. Double check. Okay. And we're just supposed to pour this in here. Now this particular recipe didn't call for nuts, but I added them anyway. And we'll see how this turns out. Got to get it down in here. Ooh, this is really doughy. Can you see that? And sticky. It's very doughy and very sticky. Okay. That's that. And the last thing we're supposed to do, yes, my fingers are clean. I'm going to get some of this washed off. It calls for us to spread the top of this coffee cake with Crisco. That'll help smooth this out too. And the last thing, so we're just going to guesstimate And I'm going to estimate that this is about 2/3 full and put it in there. And this should be mixed up. I can mix it over top here. Am I not the messiest baker? Oops. All over the floor. Okay, and then we're just supposed to sprinkle this on top of his coffee cake. Make sure we get it to the ends. Diamond dust, huh? And then we slide that into, most people use an oven. I'm going to use a confectionery oven because that's what I like. It's supposed to be 375 degrees, so that's what I'm setting it for. 375 degrees, and it's supposed to bake for about 20 minutes. About time to pop it in there. Oh, let me double check the time. 20 minutes. Okay, let's move this down to 20 minutes. It needs to be hotter. I'm going to let that heat up. And after we get it in there, let's see if this is done yet. Stick a fork in it. If it comes out clean, then it's done. I've let it sit for a minute, so we're going to cut into it and see. Woo! Yeah, it's done. Okay. Mmm, tasty.